out with the plunge of heaven-surrounded rocks. So, out with the plunge of heaven-surrounded rocks. So, in a terror and wrath divine, she is angry, divinely angry. They are going away, and there is a kind of a divine anger. Divya Krodha, it is with that Divya Krodha she is coming out here. She cannot tolerate they are going away, you see. So with that Divya Krodha she is coming out, divine wrath, divine Divya Krodha. From her eyrie, so she is coming like a bird now. From her eyrie streams again the ascending death. He is climbing and she is now chasing. Indignant at his crouching point of steel, a fierce she-eagle, Savitri is a she-eagle, threatened in a brood. So somebody is attacking the brood, Savitri, born on a rush of puissance and a cry. So she is coming out with a force and a cry, outwinging like a mass of golden fire. That she-eagle is coming out like a huge fire, golden fire, mass fire. It is with that intensity, with that power, with that denseness, the force is coming out and rushing towards that thing, you see. Wrath divine. So in a terror and a wrath divine, there is a bit of description of wrath divine in William Blake's Tiger. You must have heard of the poem, Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night. There he speaks of wrath, anger. The pertinent stanza is here. He is describing who has fashioned your figure, such density, such fierceness, such cruelty, such fire. What kind of God has fashioned you? In which mold, in which smithy you were shaped, and that kind of thing. He is asking those questions to himself. And then he says, when the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? These are the lines pertaining to wrath divine. Wrath divine is basically here when the stars threw down their spears. In this line. In the general interpretation, people have not really understood what this line means. Most of the Blake scholars, they have not been able to explain this line, when the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears. These two lines. But it is the remarkable insight of Amal Kiran, who interprets these two lines as the wrath divine of Christ. He is fighting against the angels who had turned opponents, who have become antagonists, fallen angels. And the fight is between Christ the warrior and those antagonists. These antagonists are described here as stars. When the stars threw down their spears, the fight is over, we give up, so they drop their spears. They surrender to Christ because of his divine wrath. He has overpowered them completely, he has subdued them, and they feel happy, they shed tears. Yes, the purpose for which we are here, that has been served. Our job is done, you see. So, it is that tiger in the form of, rather Christ in the form of the tiger who is being described here. Here, who has fashioned this tiger? God himself. And it is that God who is fighting against the antagonist powers, the hostile powers, the fallen angels, who are standing as enemies of God. You see. So it is a kind of a reference to that. So in a terror and a wrath divine, he comes out with that divine Divya Krodha, anger. See. From her iry stream, again ascending that indignant at its crouching point to steal. So somebody is piercing. You see, the she-eagle is there, she would like to protect her brood there. She cannot accept. So Savitri's kiss is there, she would like to protect her husband's soul, Satyavan's soul, like that. She cannot accept. Fierce she-eagle, threatened in her brood, born on a rush of fusion. So she is now coming out with full force and cry, no, you cannot do that. That cries. Outwinging like a mass of golden fire. So on a spirit's flaming outer, again he says flaming, see, flaming outrush born, she crossed the borders of dividing. So what was coming in the way, you see, she was feeling the obstruction of all the surroundings. The forest, the trees, the boughs, everything was there. She is now discarding them. She is coming out of it. Flaming out, she is coming out. That flame cannot, these obstructions cannot touch the flame. So, on a spirit's flaming outrush born, she crossed the borders. They were going away out of her sight. They were enlarging away, and Savitri would have missed them. But now she is coming out with full force from her body. So, no physical obstruction now is present for her. She crossed the borders of dividing sense. It is the dividing sense which suffers the gross and the subtle. So that is all gone now completely, you see. Like pale discarded sheets. He says not discarded sheets. There are a number of sheets, gross and subtle. We classify as two general things, Sukshma and Jada, Deha. But between them there are a number of sheets like that. One by one she is discarding them. So none of these sheets now will experience the obstruction of the physical world. See. Sthula and Sukshma, between them there are a number of things like that. See, in fact there are mental sheets there, the vital sheets there, so many sheets are there like that. Her mortal members fell back. So all that was now of this gross fell back from her soul. She is now completely free of her mortal members, and she can now really walk with them. A moment of a secret body is asleep. Her trance knew not of sun or earth or world. Thought, time and death were absent from her grasp. She knew not self. Forgotten was Savitri. She has forgotten herself totally, who she is. Now only the flaming mass, that's all. Flaming mass. She forgot herself. She has forgotten. Who is Savitri after all? It is now some other power which is working there. Forgotten was Savitri, you see. Now, there is something, you see, very peculiar. You see, the whole language is so dense, impossible to explain, really speaking, you see. We can keep on making foolish attempts and try to understand the occult explanation. A moment of a secret body's sleep. It's a very complex phrase. She has now thrown away everything. She is free. Secret body's sleep. Now, what does that mean? Is it the sleep of secret body? Secret means secret, does it stand for sleep or first body? Secret body sleep. Is it body sleep which is secret, or it is body having sleep, secret sleep? The secret sleep of the body. Is it secret sleep of the body? Secret sleep of the body, or it is the body sleep which is secret?
No, she's out of her body and the body is lying there on the floor.
No, Savitri is not the question.
Yes.
No, it's not that. Savitri is coming out of her. She is coming out of her gross physical body. So, see, these compounds are always puzzling. My interpretation that is that it is the body which is more important than the sleep. It is the body's secret sleep. Or physical secret sleep. It is not the secret sleep of the body. You see the difference? It is not the secret sleep of the body. It is the sleep, it is the body's secret sleep. In other words, this adjective I would put rather here, before sleep. Body's secret, he doesn't say body's secret sleep, you see. So the poet can be extremely subtle. This is true, yeah. yeah.
He gives us enigmas.
Yeah. A moment of secret, body is asleep. It is the body which is important here. It is that, and it is secret sleep which is coming in the way of all her movements, you see. There is a very similar situation elsewhere also in Savitri. 64.11. So Shivandu can be very clever. He can make you dance on the verse. 64.11. You want me to project on that? Okay. See here. Of such fierce stuff was made up life's long hell. Life's hell he is describing, and he has described of what kind of material is there in life's hell. These were the threads of the dark spider's web. Now whether the spider is dark or the web is dark?
The web is dark. The whole web is dark.
Huh? Whether the spider is dark or the web is dark. A good spider is weaving a dark web, or the dark web, or the spider is weaving, or the web itself is dark by the spider. So this is very puzzling kind of
a dark web.
Dark spider's web. So it is the dark applies to whom? To the spider or to the web?
The web.
Why?
Dark web and the spiders are there.
No.
It's building.
Yeah, there are dark spiders, there are red spiders, there are the different kind of spiders. Yeah, and they can view.
They eat your prayers.
Red spider, you have seen red spider? My God, it's very frightening. I have seen red spider. See, they have got kind of an occult depth, you see, when you say. Dark spider's web. So whether it is a spider is dark or the web is dark. I will say it is the spider which is dark. Web is immaterial. The occult element, the occult action is in the spider, not in the web. Same thing here. It is body. A moment of a secret body sleep, her trance knew not of sun or earth or world. No, knew not of sun or earth or world. This is a clear echo of the Upanishadic line. In the Upanishad they say, there the sun shines not, nor the moon, nor the stars. It is that kind of a construction. There the sun. Let me see what is the exact sentence here. There the sun cannot shine, and the moon has no luster. All the stars are blind. in that, you see. Her trance knew not of sun or earth or world. It is clearly that kind of an echo, you see. Constant inspiration. Thought, time and death were absent from her grasp. Because there is nothing now, finished, claim this one. She knew not self, who is Atman, who is nothing, forget about it. Who is Savitri then? All was a violent, everything is now, what is remaining is only the violent ocean of a will. Sankalpa, yes, I must go and do this thing. That's all. Rest is all immaterial. Nothing counts, nothing remains, nothing remains, nothing remains. That is the Sankalpa now. Ocean of a will, and see the vastness. Ocean is not a sea, it is an ocean. It is not only vast, but also deep. Ocean has a depth. You see. Was a violent ocean of a will, where lived captive to an immense caress, possessed in a supreme identity, her aim, joy, origin, Satyavan alone. That is all matters for her. That is the supreme identity. Supreme identity. Him alone. He is her aim, he is her joy, he is the source of her existence, of her being. Satyavan alone, none else. That only means that Satyavan himself is the supreme God, you see, for her. In fact, he says, her sovereign, you see, her sovereign, present in her being's core. So he is there, always seated here. He cannot escape from here. Yama might take, but from here. He beat there like a rhythmic heart. So although he is dead, still he is beating there. He beat there like a rhythmic heart. Herself, but different still. One loved, enveloped, clasped, a treasure saved from the collapse of space. So everything has collapsed here now, time is terminated, space is not there, but that is treasure still. That cannot go away at all, you see. Around him, nameless, infinite, she surged. So she is there and she is like an ocean surge, she is surrounding him. Her spirit fulfilled in his spirit, rich with all time, whether it is past, whether it is present, whether it is future, Trikala, whatever is there, everything is now filled by his presence only, his presence only. Her spirit fulfilled in his spirit, rich with all time, as if love's deathless moment had been found. A pearl within eternity's white shell. Until now there was the human aspect of it, gone. It is now the deathless moment. Now it is the deathless moment. The human aspect was there, gone. Because Savitri is no more human now. All those things have gone away. It is a pure spirit, flaming spirit, and that is deathless. And so that is the contribution of death. Savitri had discovered the deathless moment because her lover is now in the possession of the enemy, of Yama, of death. And then he says, a pearl within eternity's white shell, a pearl, that is Satyavan, the white shell of eternity is there. Moti, it is there, you see, pearl. Within eternity's white shell, then out of the engulfing sea of trance, her mind rose drenched to light streaming with you. So her mind is coming and the colors are flowing down, streaming, colors are coming down constantly, and streaming with hues of vision, and awake once more to time, return to shape the lineaments of things, and lives in borders of the scene, and live in the borders of the scene, and known. Onward, the three still moved in her soul scene. Onward, three. Obviously, the spirit of Satyavan, behind him death, behind them Savitri. Three moved. But where? in a soul scene. The whole thing is seen as if it is happening within her. In her soul, all these things, it is not in the occult void. Actually, the real thing is, the whole thing is happening in the occult void. The action is in the occult void, the physical void, the reality of the whole thing, Satyavan, Yama, etc., they are not in her soul. They are actually in the physical, so to say, physical space of the occult in which these things are happening here. But Savitri sees that as if it is happening within her soul. Within her soul. That is a kind of an identity which she has with the whole thing now. See. Her soul, as if pacing through fragments of a dream, she seemed to travel on a vision, the shape. So she has become now a vision and she is traveling like a vision. Imagining other muses like herself, by them imagined in the lonely sleep. So the way Savitri is seeing in her soul scene, possibly others are also seeing similar things. Maybe Satyavan is also seeing in the same manner. Maybe Yama also is seeing in the same manner. Maybe Mother Nature or whoever, they are also seeing things in their manner. But Savitri sees that no, this is not in the occult space. It is happening within my soul. It is so close, so intimate, so tangible to her that it cannot be separated from her.
She has become the universal mother's.
No. I mean, see, everybody can imagine this scene. I can also imagine, well, this is Satyavan spirit, this is Yama, this is this. I can imagine, I can create a scene myself. You see. So it is, she says that in the case of Savitri, it is happening within her soul itself, you see. By them, imagine them. You see, he says them, all those people which are there, you see. Ungrasped, unreal, yet familiar, or like clefts of unsubstantial memory. So we imagine, we dream, therefore they are ungrasped, they are unreal. The reality is in the occult, Yama is there, Satyavan spirit is there, Savitri is also there in the reality. But the whole thing, as if because it is imagined, is seen in a soul, it looks a different thing. Seen, softened, traversed, never lived in. So this is what happens. You can always imagine this is what is happening, but you never live that. And Savitri is living that thing now, you see. I mean, anybody can imagine, I go to England, I go to America, or whatever it is, this is happening, you see, and describe the entire thing like that, you see. But you are never living it. Here she is living that thing, you see. Scenes often traversed, never lived in, let past her unheeding to forgotten goal. In voiceless regions, they were traveled, voiceless region, nobody speaking there, all silent, dumb, mute, you see. They were travelers alone in a new world where souls were not, that is the void, you see. But only living moods. A strange, hushed, weird country was around them. Strange, vast skies above, a doubting space, were dreaming of this lived within themselves their own unchanged idea. So now the journey is going on, now he is going to describe the landscape, the country there is seen.